Good morning, everyone. This is a game that we've been looking forward to for quite some time. It's always a little bit challenging not playing for about a month or so, even though we got some good friendlies uh, in the time being. But here we are, second half of the season, and we're ready to make a run for playoffs. So the team's been looking really good and playing with a lot of joy and excitement. So we looking forward to carrying that over to our game against Houston in front of our home fans, which we're always also very excited to play in front of.
Thanks, Coach. We're going to open up to questions now. First question is from Paula.
Good morning. Buenos días, Albertin. ¿Cómo estás?
Good morning
Uh,
and buenos dias.
yeah. What do you guys learn about Japan to face Houston? What is the biggest adjustment you think you guys need to do after the break? And I do have a follow up. Thank you so much.
So one of the things that we've definitely learned from playing a team like Japan, the Red Diamonds, is look, when you can possess the ball and just enjoy it as much as possible, the movement off the ball like they create is something that we've been working on for quite some time ourselves. And I thought we showed very good moments against them in that last game. And it's all about continuing to dominate the ball as much as we can to create really good scoring opportunities. And that's something I think we've done very well in the last month or so. So hopefully it carries on into Houston.
Yes, after the week of training and the break, let's talk about the preparation of choosing the positives and opportunities from Angel City and Japan to go back to regular season. Thank you so much.
So one of the things we also focused on was the mentality that we showed in coming back from both games because we were down at one point with Angel City. We were down to the Red Diamonds, and we showed a lot of character. That's something that we've shown at times, but not necessarily consistently. And we're seeing that every day at practice. We're seeing it. We saw it in the last two games, and it's this belief of like, hey, things maybe not haven't necessarily gone the way we've planned, but we can overcome that and find a way to get the points and in some capacity and then create opportunities for us to win the game, which I thought we did in both of those. So that's really been one of the things that's been a huge positive for us and more of the mentality and the belief that we can go out here and get these points in the second half of the season and again, make a playoffs.
Two more questions. I would like to also follow up about the process of adjusting players from the international break to regular season. Thank you so much.
No, I think we it's not too much of a process because the players know exactly what we're asking of them to do, and they just fall right back in. Uh, we had Kundananji that she was away for a while, and you give her a few days, and just her big smile and energy is exactly what we're always looking forward to. So she comes in, everyone's really excited to see her, and we're still waiting for Asisat. So we'll deal with that when she comes in and we'll get her ready for the games. But right now, Rudy has just come back in and is ready to go, and we're excited to see her this weekend.
Coach, you used this break um, to see a lot of different players in different positions. Was there anybody that stood out to you this whole month?
So I can't necessarily say there's been one because we've been very pleased with how they've all performed, whether it's a Maddie in one game or Jamie, Catherine Paulson, that's come and played some very good games for us. So it's nice to see that it's not just one individual, it's that everyone's fit in just the way we've always thought, and that's why they're on this team. They've been impactful in all of the games we've played, and good problem for us to have. It makes it a lot more challenging for us to decide who's going to be in the starting lineup, who's going to be the 20 that are rostered. But we're excited about that because it just adds to the competitive nature that we're trying to create here every day at practice. And we're excited about the opportunities they're going to have for the rest of the season.
Thanks, Coach. Marco, you had a question? Marco? Can't hear you, my friend. You wanted to type it in the chat. We'll come back to you. Jeff, you had a question? Jeff Kasuf.
Albertine, you mentioned CSAT's not there. Just when are you expecting her and anything else you can share on availability for the weekend?
So with Asisat, obviously, she won the African Confederations Cup, and we wanted to make sure she took some time off, enjoyed spending time with her family, and she'll join us in about a week, and we'll start from there. But we just wanted to make sure that she's in the right place and got to enjoy and celebrate the great achievement that she, was able to do.
All right. Thanks, Jeff. Marco. Okay, looks like. Can we hear you this time? No, but you did drop your question in the chat. Coach Marco was asking, how important is it to get the first goal against Houston?
First goal is always important in any kind of game that you face. So, but what's interesting with Houston is it tends to be quite a shootout. I mean, we've had a lot of goals against that team, so it will be an exciting game for the fans. Let's just we're hopeful that we get the first one and the last one, so that way it's a good win for us. But yeah, look, when you score the first goal, you can start controlling the tempo a lot more. So it's the other team then now that has to make adjustments and open up the game a little bit. So we just have to be intelligent, because it's not only scoring the first goal, it's then being able to hold on to that lead and maybe add on to it. So, but yeah, you'd rather be ahead than coming from behind at all times.
And he follows up. The reason he asks that is Houston has conceded 22 goals this season so far. So does that help?
I don't look too much at that, because every single game it's different. You just never know what's going to happen. So some of the stats just kind of go out the window when a whistle blows, and you just have to make sure you play to your strengths, stick to your game plan, and execute.
All right, one more question from Marco. How fierce was competition during training this week?
Oh, absolutely outstanding. I'm not just saying this. Yesterday, we was probably the most intense and best practice we've had as an organization. Just the mentality, the intensity, the excitement of playing on Saturday nights. So if we can play anything like the energy and the quality, because the quality was outstanding as well. I think just the team's ready to make a push for it. They know we can. And if we bring in that mentality, that energy, and the quality that we showed this week, we're going to have a good one.
All right, thanks, Coach. Any other questions for Coach? All right, we're going to let him go, and we'll be back in a moment with Caprice Dydasco. Thanks, everybody. All right, welcome back in. Marco, I did hear you, so I'm glad we got that fixed up. But we are pleased to be joined by defender Caprice Dydasco, and we're going to go ahead and open it up straight to questions. Paolo, you had a question for Caprice?
Good morning. Welcome back.
Good morning.
After the break, how will you connect and apply the positives from the work you guys done before to face Houston at home this weekend? And how excited are you to see your fans again? Thank you.
Yes, it's been a long break. We are so excited to be at home and play in front of our fans this weekend. This month has felt so long. We're so happy to finally put together what we've been working on this past month to put a good product out on the field at home. It's been amazing to see a lot of players step up in different roles. We tried different formations, different roles, and different teams. And we just saw that there's a lot of ability on this team to be successful, and we have the right pieces and just the right time, and we're trying to peak at the right time. And it's just amazing just to see everyone step up and be ready for this weekend.
I have a follow-up. I was just talking to Albertin about the growth of the franchise as a player, as a veteran. What do you think about you guys have achieved so far, and what do you like the most? Thank you so much.
Yeah, there's so much to be proud of. Just thinking about like starting from a team with like no players, with no staff, and to see where we are now is amazing, but we are not done yet. The work is still not finished, and we have big dreams and big goals for this season. And we know how important the second part is season. So we know that we just need to put that focus in and put a good product for every weekend and just focus on each weekend, week by week.
Last question. As a veteran and player, how important is to learn about different styles of playing soccer? Barcelona last year and now Japan. What do you like the most? Thank you so much.
Yeah, there's so many things that we can take away from these two international games. It's been amazing to see different styles of play, but we can always take different things that we see from them. Like last weekend, we saw as a defending back line how organized the Japan back line is organized, how together they are. So just taking little things that we see from them, and I'm sure they're taking things from us that last weekend. And we just grow as a team and just adapt to different products because each team is so different every weekend. And we just know how important each week is.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paolo. Next question goes to Jeff Kassouf.
Thanks, Chef. Thanks, Caprice. I'm wondering, you've been through a few World Cup cycles in this league now. Not that this was a World Cup year, but just the the break that happened was the biggest that we've seen or longest that we've seen. And, I guess every summer coming up is busy in some capacity. So just curious how different this one was with such a long break versus years where, the league just played through it. And if you have any kind of preference on what that maybe should look like as a player going forward.
Yeah, I think it's hard when you have the momentum, you start season and you get that kind of flow with your team and the chemistry, and then we have a big break and big gap. So it's really hard to find games and keep your mentality strong every week to prepare for a game this weekend. My first year in the league, we played through that World Cup, so we played through the games, and I think it's just a great opportunity for players that are not getting a lot of playing time to step up. And I was personally one of those players. I was playing behind Ali Krieger. She went to the World Cup. I stepped in and played, and my coaches are like, "Wow, you can play." It's like, yeah, you just need an opportunity. And I think it's a great job for our clubs to kind of have that roster to prepare the players that are going to be gone to step up to be ready for those games. And I personally would love to play through those international breaks because it just shows how strong our rosters are. And if you have a lot of internationals, well, you're going to have a lot of players to step up. And these long breaks are just really hard. So I personally would love to play our through season throughout the game.
Is this kind of like a preseason part two? Does it feel like, or does it feel a little different at all? Or?
Yes, we definitely treat it as like a preseason, like part two, just because we had such a long break. Had to get players who didn't get a lot of minutes, get minutes and good training, and then players who have played a lot to just give them a rest, but also being prepared for the second part of season because we know how important it is.
Thanks, Caprice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeff. We're going next to Marco.
Good morning, Caprice. Thanks for taking time to talk to us today. I mentioned the Albertin. I'm back on Tuesday. Would this be the most fiercest, kind of more competitive training week of the year because you guys are all getting back together and you had some of the other players who don't get minutes playing these friendlies. So from your perspective, how fierce and how intense was the competition during training this week?
Yeah, I mean, every professional, you dream about having this competitiveness every training. Everyone has made the coach's decision really hard to make this starting lineup for tomorrow. I mean, I think this is the first week where none of us really know who's playing and what lineup we're going to play. So that's really exciting for us as a team because we have confidence in every player that steps on this field that they will get the job done, and we have the complete belief. And I think this break, we definitely got closer with our trust and just kind of redefined how we want to go into the second part of season.
And with Houston, they got some players who can put the ball in the back of the net. What's the strategy going forward to try to limit their chances against them?
Yeah, I think that looking back at the last time we played them, we had a lot of chances to capitalize and end the game and early. I think our goal is always to score first and gain that confidence, but also we want to just stay confident and consistent in who we are. We've been one of the best defensive teams in this league, so we want to just keep building on that and score early to build that confidence, especially at home in front of our fans.
All right,
Thank you.
Thanks, Marco. Any other questions for Caprice? Okay, that is it for us today. We are in action tomorrow at PayPal Park, 7 p.m. against the Houston Dash. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.